Okay, I want to make this quick video to give you a sense of what it's going to be like when you first roll your Necro or your Witch, and some little details along the way that you may or may not understand. So we're going to pick a Witch, and we're going to the league's going to probably be 3.26, which is Secrets of the Atlas. Let's give her a typical lunch box nickel. That's how much you could buy chocolate milk for back in 1966. I'm serious, man. You really could. I had a metal lunchbox when I was a kid that you could beat the shit out of other people with, just like Marilyn Manson. And my mom would tape a nickel in it for me to buy my chocolate milk every day when I was in first grade. It was freaking awesome. All right, so when you start the game, this is going to be a thing at the bottom that says skip all tutorials. Yeah, sure, you could do that. All it's going to do is talk about how abilities work. You may want to leave that there if you've never played before. I'm going to turn it off. Now this crap you're seeing here is passive skill points from the Atlas tree. That's because I'm in the regular league and I have these points from the Atlas tree. You're going to start off with a healing potion and a mana potion. 2 healing potions and a mana potion. You're going to have to open up your inventory. One of the first things you want to do is move that mana potion somewhere where you can get to it quickly. Because we're playing a witch class and we have no gear at all. We're naked on the beach except for this piece of burlap sack that potatoes come in. And there's a guy over here has this huge exclamation point giving him a migraine, and we look asleep soundly on the beach. I've got this turned on, which is a health bar, mana bar over my head. We have 57 life, 56 mana. Change this to move only. Maybe add this to an attack or make that the attack ability. There's a wand lying on the ground. Notice how I can mouse over the wand. You can even hold down the Alt key sometimes and see what the ability of the wand is. 8% spell damage wand. As soon as you click anywhere and start moving, your character will slowly play this get up animation.
Sand shivers with malice. There's a power here that welcomes me.
So unfortunately the witch is like this spoiled brat British girl. But she has a sense of humor and she's pretty nasty. So you click the wand, it automatically equipped it for you. You'll also notice that there's a little number 2 Roman numeral. This is a secondary set. You can swap between weapons like in Guild Wars 2, but you can do it at any time. In Guild Wars 2, you swap weapons and you're limited to how long it is until you swap weapons again. So this is just a bare bones minimum, guys. So if you already played the game, you're already bored, you can just clock out of this one and go check something else out. This is to teach a basic person how to play. The first thing you want to do is talk to this guy. And as soon as you talk to him, and he starts explaining what the hell happened.
You and I, we're the only ones that made it to shore. Alive, anyway. Looks like you found something you can defend yourself with. Good. This place is crawling with criminals. There's smoke rising just east of here. Could be worth checking if there's...
So the zombie wakes up and kills him, which is the same thing they do in the beginning of Path of Exile 2, I mean. So you've moved this left mouse button to move around. The zombies move slow, so you don't have to worry about it. And it's a dead end down this way. There's nowhere to go. The zombie's just going to chase you and you kill him. You can't punch him. You can only hit him with your wand. And so we've got an ability here that we bound, which is wind up, cast this little electrical spell, right? It's just a default wand attack. Only in the first tutorial level like this will you ever use this. So we can mouse over him and see we've got him targeted and then do damage to him until we can kill him, right? Oh, look how convenient. It's a tutorial. It dropped a skill gem. Like you've watched my other videos, everything you do in the game is related to a skill gem with a support gem. And it gave us a wand that's already got a 2 link on it. So we're going to take that gem and put that in here. This means we now have another ability, right? So I'm going to put that ability on a second button and put it here. And I'm going to clear this one. You can clear this slot. Say you didn't like any of these slots. Use the X, left click, X, left click, assign, left click, assign, left click, regular attack. So this way I can now shoot the fireball or hold down the right mouse button to shoot the first ability. Or I can hold on the right mouse button but watch my mana bar here on the right hand side. You're using up all my mana. Now you don't want to necessarily use that ability all the time like that. And the mana regeneration is really slow in the beginning. Now you could drink your mana potion down here. Whoops, it gets drained. It gets refilled as you kill things. So it's not like potions lying on the ground in Diablo 4 or health regeneration like in fucking Call of Duty and shit like that. So now another thing we want to do is really want to have a stand in place button. And you can go to your key bindings here and go to options, go to input, and go to make sure that's set to mouse and keyboard. And down here is a stand still button. Attack in place. This is handy at the lower levels because if something's out of range, you're going to run over to get in range of it, and then you're going to attack it. I'm hovering over a little barrel here. If I click this, I run till I'm in range, and then I punch it. Maybe we don't want to do that. Maybe what to do instead is stand here at max range and then attack the thing from range. So you want to be able to hold down that N key so you can stand still and hold your ground and control as you're kiting away from mobs. And you can throw your little fireball ability there too and see what that does. Now you may want to start thinking about like, well, what is the fireball ability actually, what is it really doing? You can mouse over this and it tells you how much DPS, the mana cost, how long, it almost takes a full second to cast. It does fire damage. It has a chance to ignite enemies. Ignite is a burning effect that happens over time. So it leashes a ball of fire towards the target, explodes. Oh, so if the monsters are kind of close together, it will explode and hit two guys at once, and it might burn both of them, and it does a certain amount of fire damage, which is random. Now we've taken a little bit of damage too, so we can use our little health potion to heal ourselves back up. Now our mana potion did fill up some from killing these guys, but not very much. Later on, this won't be as much of a problem. So in the tutorial level, you definitely want to go open up every crate you possibly can. Use your default attack whenever you can just to get rid of guys, because this is your first time playing and you need to get a sense of like stand still, stand still, stand still, stand still, shoot and aim, shoot this way, shoot this way, shoot this way, get a piece of gear, equip it. When you pick up a piece of gear for the first time like this, you can pick things up. You can equip anything you want in the game. Anything you want. So you can even throw something on the ground that you don't like anymore. It will decay and disappear over time when the map resets. But when you pick up a piece of gear and it's an empty slot, it will automatically equip it into this slot if this panel is closed. If the panel is open, you have control over it. So if I click it and the panel is not open, it automatically equips it. If you pick something up and the panel is open, it puts it on the mouse cursor, and then I can decide where to put it. For example, it might be a ring, and you want it to go to a particular ring slot. All right. So far, what have we gotten? 3 scrolls of wisdom. They're used to identify an item. We got a crappy piece of plate with armor on it, a crappy piece of plate, armor, and gloves with 6 armor. And you say, well, I'm playing a witch, man. Aren't I like a cloth class, dude? No. You know, you can wear any kind of armor you want in the game. There's pretty much 3 types. Oh, look, here's 3 zombies here. Let's get them all bunched up in a bunch. There's more. Let's get them all bunched up and do 1 fireball and see how many we can hit at once. And since they move so nice and slow, we can just kite around like an EverQuest bard, right? So they're getting closer, they're getting closer. We're swarm kiting, and then we can go boom. Okay, that hit 3 of them in the front. Boom, hit 3 of them there, 3 of them there. Now, you don't need to do this. You can just stay max range, just burn them down with your little default ability that doesn't cost any mana. But just want to show you how the action of the ability might change how you position yourself and how you move. When you have slow-moving enemies like zombies, it's not really a problem with them outrunning you. That's going to come in handy because we're going to actually kite the little boss that's in this area. There's a pair of greaves. That'll be boots. And it automatically equip those for us. Now, the little ignite ability, if it does ignite the guy, he's going to burn with a burning effect. Didn't affect him there. That'll probably kill him. Let's see if we can get an ignite. There he's burning. See him burning? His health went down. So that's like a burning dot. All right, here's plate to test. We got another piece of plate. Let's make sure we kill this guy. 2 link. Sounds good. Let's take this, put this on, leave this here. There's a chest. Let's open that up. Okay, Arcane Surge. This is a support gem. They always say the word support at the end. What does this thing do? Now, notice how I'm mousing over. It says what it does on the right, and on the left-hand side, it says, of the abilities you have equipped, if there's a green checkbox, it means it will affect that ability. It doesn't mean it's awesome. It just means it makes an effect on it. So, each supported spell will track how much mana you spend on it, granting a buff when the total mana spent reaches the threshold. Now, it says here, to gain Arcane Surge after spending a total of 15 mana. Now, with the Fireball spell, we spend 6 mana. So, if we cast Fireball 3 times, like this, right? 1, 2, 3, then this effect is supposed to come into play if we had this equipped, which we didn't. Let's try doing that now. 1, 2, 3. There we go. For 4 seconds, we have Arcane Surge. Increase your cast speed, increase mana regeneration. You'll find a lot of effects in the game seem really short compared to other MMOs. Don't worry about it too much at low levels. At later and higher levels, you'll find that like, hey, this is awesome. It lasts 20 seconds now. Now, why am I killing everything on the beach? You watch Fub Gun and these other hardcore dudes play. They just run and log out and play 4 or 5 characters. And they get a quicksilver potion, and then they do this. They run away from the vendor, and they use all these little text messages to control what they're seeing in the vendor. And they're run, fast. I mean, that's what these guys. That's what they live for, right? These guys live, breathe, YouTubing Path of Exile. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm doing is evangelizing the game for people that haven't played before, to give you the actually basic information you need to start playing. All right, so these guys shoot little projectiles. You'll need to move around a lot. If you stand still and try to aim and hit one, you may find they move out of range. Like he moved out of range twice there, and I'm getting tagged. This is great for tutorials because it's teaching you, like, okay, my timing of when I'm going to shoot these guys is important. Notice there's no gold dropping. Path of Exile doesn't use gold. In the next league, there will be gold, but the gold is going to be used for things in King's March, which is like a small town with farming and mining and shipping and receiving and some enchanting and things like that. You'll be able to do this. So your own personal little like hideout you'll get much later in the game. And gold will be used sometimes to respec abilities too, but it's not used to buy any gear. So we're not really seeing any gold drop here because that's not, the league hasn't launched yet. But in the default game, there is no gold. So I'm going to exhaust everything in this entire zone to get everything I possibly can to get as much resources as I can. And I'm just going to use my default attack. I'm a weirdo. I like to save attacks to when I really need them. And since I'm just talking you through the stuff, I'm not going to waste a bunch of time like bunching these guys up to then fireball them or let them hit me. So we're going to go right here. And when I'm burned to death, they ignite. This is a lot more painful if you're playing a melee class. Now there's a boss guy up here somewhere. You've got to kill him to unlock the little town. So we're running around. We saw some loot over here earlier. Did we pick it up yet? Here's another guy. We're hitting geometry from that one. Okay, now we hit a level.
I thought I'd be a dead woman by now.
Yeah, okay, Hermione. So you got a talent point, right? Oh, let's get rid of this guy. He's going to interfere with us while we're trying to play the game. All right, so down here, 1 passive skill point available. Well, P is usually, I think I've rebounded to possibly P, but find the passive tree. If you can't find it, you can go to the menu. And here's like inventory, cosmetics, microtransaction, character screen, and you can buy. It shows you the key binding. So I've got it bound to P. We'll just click this for the time being. Okay, here's the world's largest computer motherboard diagram. This is the strength, one of the strengths of Path of Exile. I've done a lot of videos and shown the passive tree a lot. For what I'm going to do, and like I talked about in my Necromancer video, the only choice I really have is either go to max energy shield, max mana, or max spell damage and increase max mana. I'm going to go this way because my goal early in the game when I'm going to go minions is to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm going to go over here to 6 and get 15% minion damage. And by level 7, I'm guaranteed to have another 15% increased life and more increased damage for the minions. And my zombie, I got 1 extra zombie, 1 skeleton. So that's my goal. So by level 7, I want to have that be my goal. I want to get to level 7 and get to 7 passive points. All right, so we're running around the beach. It's scary. It's rainy. I don't have any clothes on, but a bunch of metal that's chaffing my ass. Hillock. Okay, so bosses in the game have a health bar that's at the top. Notice there's no like stun bar or anything like that. You will find situations where you're fighting a boss and this gets like a gold color over it. That means the boss is immune and when it's doing a certain phase of the fight. Now, he's run away. Like I ran away from him so far that he didn't come after me anymore. So this is a big plotting guy that's going to hit hard. I'll let him hit me once so you can see what it's like. Boom. Okay, that's not too bad. How about over here? Ugh. Now, if I didn't pick up those plate pieces, it would have hurt a lot more. So he's not that scary. You can't just stand still and just keep kiting him back like this. What I like to do is usually try to get him, fireball on him. Don't worry about the other zombies. Get that burning effect on him. He's got a burning effect on him now. And I just keep kiting him around. Now he's going to do an ability where he heals himself in a minute. There he goes. Bing! He's completely healed himself. Okay, we'll start the fight over. But I use some of my health potion and my mana, right? So this is to kind of teach you about, hey, you're learning. If you burned all your fireballs, you went like this the whole time. Say you just stood there and did this the whole time. He staggered me, hit me. So now I'm like really low on life. You know, I've got 30 life of 69. I take a health potion. This is regenerating. And a mana potion, but they don't refill because I'm only fighting one guy. I'm not killing anything. So when you get to boss fights in Path of Exile, this is a big problem for you. If you spam your potions, they don't regenerate over time. They regenerate from what you've killed. And if you're fighting a boss fight that has a lot of minions or adds, that's okay. But in this case, if it was just me and him on the beach forever, if I ever get hit again really low on health and I'd use up all my potions, you would probably die. Thankfully, in most of the boss fights in Path of Exile, unlike Path of Exile 2, the boss's health doesn't reset when you die. All right, so you dropped a bunch of junk, right? Let's just pick this up. I have a loot filter on, so some things are being filtered. You also notice that I have a loot filter. It's showing this got a mark around it with the same, hey, this is blue, but it's unidentified. So what we got here? Hatchet, goat hide buckler, driftwood wand. Let's take a look at what we got. Okay, we got 2 things that are unidentified. I'm going to identify both of them. I want to see what this is. A little pair of evasion boots and a little shield with movement speed. I'm going to equip the shield. I don't want the club. I don't want the hatchet. This is a driftwood wand. What does it do? 12% spell damage. I bound a key to hold down the control button, and it compares it to what I'm currently using. All right? So there's a trick here, right? This new wand has more increased spell damage for everything I do as casting a spell, but it's only a blue and a green link, and the other one's not linked. In my currency video and arm and gear video, I explain how to redo these, but I don't have any of those currencies right now. But the 12% spell damage is better. What about this one? 12% damage, nothing is linked. You know, I think I'm just going to pick this one. I'm going to take this guy off, and I'm going to right-click the gem out of this one and put it here. Now, did I put the right gem in? Yes. Arcane Surge Support, we'll just save that up here, and we'll put this stuff over here, get this out of the way, equip the wand, and I'm going to sell all this junk to the vendor, even though you're not going to get much for it. And the boots. Let's compare those boots to this one. Evasion rating, 20, armor 7. Well, the evasion rating is probably a little better than the armor. And this one here is a club. So I wanted to, right, I could equip this club, right, and start beating the crap out of the zombies that are here. I think I saw some zombies over here. But I don't have any special abilities. So you can start beating zombies. So if I wanted to, I could have taken this fireball spell. I could put this in the wand and put the wand here and take this out. Let's put the blue boots on, and let's put fireball in the blue boots. Aha! So now I can beat things. I knew this already. Now I can beat things to death with my club. But wait a minute, I have a wand equipped. Okay. So can I beat things to death with the hatchet and the driftwood club and still cast fireball? Yes, I can. So this is something about the game that's very interesting. You would think that like, oh, I can't cast fireball. I don't have a magical wand. No, not necessarily. Unless the ability said specifically requires a wand or requires a melee weapon, then you don't have to have that. So I could run around now and say, hey, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to beat the crap out of things and shoot things with my wand. But that's not how I like to play. So I'm actually going to go back to my normal way of playing. I'm going to use the 12% spell damage gem. I'm going to leave this and put this here. And we're going to go into town. All right, so that's the basic tutorial of how to survive. I got a shield. I got some junk. There's a quest NPC. The first thing you're going to come into this area here. And when you summon portals later on, the portals will come here. And you come up to here as a waypoint. So you have to kind of walk to the waypoint. The waypoint means you can teleport anywhere in the world that you've unlocked. So you can see, so far I haven't unlocked anything. All right, so we can come over here and see what do we got. Okay, these are quests. Let's talk to her first.
I saw what you did to Hillock out there, witch.
This is about the giant that we fought.
The reason you're here, in exile. It may also be the only thing that allows you to see another dawn. I'm Nessa. And I suppose I should thank you for ridding us of that putrid giant. Back in Oriath, I judged your kind without hesitation. In Rayclast, I don't have that luxury. Lion Eye's watch isn't much, but it's ours. We could use you here, while you live. But should you wish to venture out, do just one thing for me. Out on the coast, amongst the wrecks, there must be a ship's medicine chest. I have many to care for. And there's only so much I can do with herbs and seawater.
Yeah, you could put salt in people's wounds. That'd feel good. Now, why am I playing those things? You know,
Goodbye.
when you're playing this game for the first time, don't be an ADHD spaz. Take a chance to listen to the dialogue. She just told me about what the next objective is going to be. I got, what am I going to do next? She wants me to talk to Bestel. Right?
Whitefish, waterlogged witch. washed up in ray-classed. That's the first line of the poem I'm writing about you.
As I'm mousing over people, you can see their stupid character
Years
names.
ago, you could scorch a bloke with a look like that. The name's Bestel, captain of the good ship Merry Gull. At last, my Merry Gull is gone. My crew is gone. But my wits remain after a
Sounds like Bruce Dickinson. All right, so that's cool. He's got a quest. Whoops, I clicked on it too quickly. So he wants me to find the medicine chest at the Tidal Island. Talk to Tarklai for your reward. Okay. It doesn't matter what order you talk to these people. They're all going to put a thing over their head.
Work with Hillock. Where'd you learn to fight like that? No, forget I asked. We exiles have no history.
From a game director perspective, scrolling text takes too damn long. I would almost have rather have seen this down below and see it all at once, highlight as he says the sentences, as opposed to scrolling. But scrolling was probably much easier for them to do when they were building this game in 2009. Okay, we got a reward. So this is another skill gem. None of these are support gems. As to which we could get freezing pulse, rolling magma, lightning tendrils, raise zombie. Yes, we're going to take that one. Blight. Or kinetic bolt. Ooh, we need kinetic bolt too. Because we need to be able to kill things because we only have like 1 or 2 zombies. Maximum 3 raised zombies. So in the beginning, don't be freaked out about these choices because the moment I pick one, it's going to graduate the other skill gems to Nessa, the girl that we just talked to about the medicine cabinet, right? So we're going to take raised zombie and close it. The quest is completed. Down here you can click and say, quest completed. You killed Hillock and received a reward, blah, blah, blah. And these little pips give you a sense of like, how much more stuff do I need to do? These things over here are places you can teleport to. King's March is somewhere you'll be able to teleport later. This is somewhere you'll unlock later. You'll unlock this later, unlock this later, and this is your hideout, which you can go to at any time once you actually have one. I'll show you real quick how that works, and then I'm going to come back and show you how to do skill gems. When you find a hideout in the game, you can teleport to it from any waypoint. And then in there, any of the vendors that you've unlocked, you can use. Now, in the new league, you have nothing. You have no alts. You have no currency. Everything will be empty. Lily Roth won't be here, I don't believe. Okay. You won't have access to any of this stuff because you haven't unlocked them yet. In fact, I can't quite remember if even the hideout needs to be reset. It could possibly be that way too. Right, so we're almost done with our basic tutorial here. So, okay, so we got one ability, raise zombie. We haven't figured out where we want to put it yet. We can go over to Nessa and say, okay, Nessa, what can you sell me? She's got belts. She's got lots of wands. She's got some weird currency. She's got some potions that are empty. They're always empty when you buy them. They fill up as you use them. I got some junk to sell. Is it worth anything? We'll find out. But remember I talked about skill gems before in the skill video? So these have now unlocked for me. So I could buy any of these I want for only 1 scroll of wisdom, and I have 1 left. Remember you only had 3? Rolling magma, freezing pulse, lightning tendrils. So I wasted a scroll of wisdom identifying something for the purposes of showing it to you. So let's see, what else could we get in here? We got the raised zombie dome. We don't need that again. You only need it once. There was another one in here we wanted to get. I believe it's called kinetic bolt. There it is. We want to get kinetic bolt, in my opinion, and we don't really need this arcane surge support. So I'm going to go to my stash and just stick this in there. Now, my stash is full of stuff because this is the default standard league, which everything carries over to. But normally in the league, you won't have anything like this. Let's sell the stuff we don't need. I'm going to keep that like it is. I'm going to sell this. Now, you could hold down the right control button if you've bound it properly, and left click and go click, 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 and it'll put everything in there. Now, she's only going to give me 1 scroll of wisdom, and she's going to give me 1 scroll fragment, which is useless, and 1 alteration shard, which is also useless. Now, why is that? Let's just cancel that transaction and try to sell again. This is because I identified something that was magical. When you identify something that's magical, you get some gibble bits of alteration shards. What about over here? Why is she giving me a scroll of wisdom? Why? Why? So what did we sell? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 grays gave me a scroll of wisdom. Let's see if any gray will work. Yep. So 5 grays that you picked up will give you an additional scroll of wisdom. So you can go to the Path of Exile wiki and read up on all the combinations. Like you can take, 3 potions of one type, even if they're magical, and sell them for the next tier up of potions, meaning like the healing potions or the mana potions. So I want this scroll of wisdom But I need to think about where I'm going to put my gear first. So I want to use kinetic bolt. I only need a blue socket somewhere. Does it require it to be in a wand? No. It requires me to hold a wand, but I don't think it's an attack. It's a projectile, but I don't think I have to actually hold a wand in my hand. So let's just do this. Let's put the raised zombie down here. Let's take fireball off. Let's put kinetic bolt in here. And let's tell you what we're going to do. We're going to use this wand instead. It's the same spell. And I'm going to put 2 blues in here. And I'm going to say, okay, there's fireball and kinetic bolt. Is there any green gems? Let's sell to her. Our one, actually, let's take that out. Let's do 5 grays. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get a scroll of wisdom. Now I can buy another gem from her. Let's go to the second tab. Ethereal knives. No. Explosive trap. No. Is there any support gem that we want? So you can go down to this area here and type SUPP, the short version of support. And we can see some of the same support gem that we had before. And if you all try to sell the ability you had to her, let me just pull an ability out of this thing here. I just pulled this one out. Let's take this rolling magma out. Right. What happens if we try to sell that to her? We're gonna hold down the control key, left click, and she only gives me a fragment. So it's not even worth selling anything unless you have 5 of it. So that's kind of how you can do it, just to get rid of it and just get rid of these things. I don't really want this stuff, but whatever. We're gonna take this and throw it on the ground. And care about it. All right. So now I've got this driftwood one, kinetic bolt, fireball. I only have raised zombies, but I didn't take the time to go see what this guy had for sale. So I'm going to cheat here for the purpose of the video, and I'm going to give myself 1 scroll of wisdom. Let's give ourselves 1 scroll of wisdom. That's 40. We're going to take 1, and we're going to put this back. Okay, now I have 2, right? Let's go see if there's anything we can do to upgrade our gear. Now, when we talk to him, it's going to open everything up. So we talk to him to go purchase. It opens up our inventory and him. So we can see things that are blue or things we can use. Things that are red we can't use. Now, why can't we use the shield? Well, it requires level 5. Okay, how about this one? It requires 20 strength. It only requires level 2. So there's no reason why you shouldn't buy something early if you're going to use it at the next level. This is a yellow 2-handed weapon, but it only requires level 2. It does more physical damage. Might be interesting. What about this one here? Basic, basic, basic. You also might be thinking to yourself, I need something that's linked. I want something that's already got links on it. And does any of this have support? Does anything have minion? Oh, what's this? Okay. Let's type minion in properly. Is any of this minion gear? Nope. Nope. How about, let's see, we have spell. Okay, this has 10% elemental damage. Nope. None of these have a bonus to damage to it because none of these are wands. How about over here? Okay, this has suppress spell damage, block spell damage, block spell damage, block spell damage. That's how staves work. Nothing in here. Let's go back to the wands that she had over here.
Hello.
And let's type in the word minion. Any minion stuff in here? No. Let's type in spell. Okay, almost all these are spell damage. 11, 9, 11, 10, 1 to 3 fire damage, 8%, 2%, 10%, 9, 11. Wait a minute, this is a 2-link. Okay, that might be interesting to use that in a few bits. We're not going to buy it just yet. 9. So our little 12% spell damage thing is okay. We're not doing bad. Is there anything better that we can get here from healing potions? Not yet. So then the next thing you want to look at is some rings. So a lot of times these crappy little amulets will have cost of currency you don't have yet, like Orb of Chance or Orb of Transmutation, which is like these guys here. These things are going to drop for you. So what you pretty much want to do next is like, okay, we need to go to the next area, start killing mobs, and start gaining some experience. So I'm going to summon zombies, but I can only do that. Let's put summon zombie here on this button, and we're going to put...
Just like my sisters.
We'll put this here, we'll put the fireball here, and we're going to remove this one, X, because I'm just used to this button mapping. So I can summon zombies, but I can't yet because I don't have any corpses. There's no corpses anywhere to summon. And this other ability shoots forking bolts and uses mana. And also what it'll do is it'll hit guys who are off screen almost. It goes way far away. So now I got some dead guys on the ground. I can hover over them and summon my zombies. All right, and it's a maximum of 3. Now, the problem with the low-level stuff, I got 2, 3 zombies now. I can't summon more. Let's kill something else. What else is around here that we can kill? Now, remember, we're still in scrub mode. There's some stuff up there. The zombies are going to attack. Okay, that's great. Now, you start moving around here because that's burning ground. You want to get yourself killed by... Even the zombies ran through the burning ground. They're not aggressive. We don't have feeding frenzy. So using things like kinetic bolt at range is a good way to go. Now, there's more corpses on the ground. If I cast summon zombie again, it just resummons one guy I already had, so I wasted the mana because I can only have 3. So what you can do is you can look at your... Let's get out of here. These guys are nuking us. You can look at your zombie thing and say, how many zombies can I summon? Whoop. That's great. They're killing things at the same time. Requires level 1. Does it say how many? That's fireball. What am I doing? Here it is, zombie. Maximum 3 raised zombies. So as I level this gem up, notice I got some experience and I can level the gem up. So let's hover over that gem. It's now level 1. We're going to level it up down here. What does it do for us? Minions have 2% more maximum life. Okay, how about this one, the fireball spell that we leveled up? By default, it does 9 to 14 damage, 25% chance to ignite. We rank it up, and what is it doing now? Does more damage and ignites even more. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to run around and try and level up the gems by killing monsters. And as you level up the gems, they're going to do greater and greater abilities. Now you're going to start learning how mobs are going to start attacking you, warping you. That guy with the flame torch in his hand is nasty. Notice how my zombies aren't really attacking. Use your fireball too when you need to. You are going to get hit and you're going to use one zombie. One zombie died, right? So we can summon him over a corpse, and we're using mana to do that. So all resources are getting drained. So sometimes what you want to do is like, listen, I'm just going to run around. I'm going to try to loot everything I possibly can and let the zombies kill stuff for me. What was that? Pair of boots? Nope, nothing I can use yet. That's good. I see stuff in the distance. I can start shooting them, and my zombies will go out there and attack. And while they're attacking the zombie, I can try to fireball the other guy. I notice I only have 2 zombies left. So if all the zombies get killed, what is this? Evasion rating 31, armor 24. We're going to stick with the evasion rating for now. Okay. I'm going to get my health and my mana back up. You hear the NPC talking? This is something that's going to bomb, bomb, bomb. Really nasty, hard to fight. Okay, we gain a gem level. Okay, what leveled up? Kinetic bolt, that's fine. We'll do more damage. Hey, there's a pair of blue. Where is that at? Let's identify this. Hey, that'll work. We'll take that, put that here. But that's going to cost us our zombie gem. That's okay. We'll put our zombie gem in here. It just means we need to resummon the zombies. Now, if you have a microtransaction, you've got something in the gear slot, you can say, hey, I'm going to equip my microtransaction for my helmet and microtransaction for my... Whoop, I don't want to buy one. I want to go to my inventory. I want to go to cosmetics. I got that. Okay. I want to put my little back effect on. I want to use cool sword effect. I want to use cool sparkle weapon effect. I got some gloves. I want to use a character effect. I use this crazy one here. I steal it from another character. I got little boots on now. Imperial Sun, Necrolord. We'll use that. I got a little pet that I bought a long time ago. A little cool tortoise that flies around and teleports throughout the world. I've got a shield now. We'll put this cool shield on. And we'll put a cool effect on the shield. And I think that's everything we need. We'll put portrait. Do we have portrait? Yep. Let's do a portrait. Actually, let's do this one for a change of pace. And we can do... I got an effect for zombies. Cool. Now I've got a cool looking character with sparkle bits everywhere. Yay. Now I feel more self-esteem level just went up by a factor of 50. So we have zombies here. As we summon new zombies with corpses. Where's the corpses at? We need to make them. Let's go down this way. Is anything in here? We'll take that and we'll sell it. Okay, got a belt. Belt comes in handy. So we're going to, where's this belt? It equip the belt automatically. We don't want to use the scepter yet. We're not going to use melee weapons. We're just going to save these for the time being. Okay, I'm going to summon new zombies so they look sparkly. Because it's important that they look sparkly. I'm not having fun unless the zombies are sparkly. So we're still fighting little chode mobs. I mean, what are we, level 2? I mean, this isn't like the most amazing gameplay in the world, but it's fun. You're learning some of the, like, how to move out of the way. The zombies are going to buy you time. Now, here's another thing. There's a kinetic bolt. Oh, I gained a level. That's great.
Is to live.
And Hermione's going to make a comment about that. So there's a waypoint. From a distance, you can see on the mini-map up here. Let's talk about the mini-map real quick. Here's the waypoint that you haven't gotten to yet. And when you approach it, you see it's like that. As you get close to it, it automatically, you don't have to click on it like in Lost Ark and shit. This is a portal to another zone. And how do you change this mini-map? If you hit the tab key once, it brings a mini-map up on your screen. It's the worst mini-map of any computer game ever made. The Lost Ark mini-map is the best. The Diablo 4, Diablo 3 one's pretty good. At least it's not World of Warcraft popping up a giant map. So these are the places that I went. Later on, you'll say to yourself, wait a minute. You see this squiggly, curvy line here? This is a part of the map I didn't explore. I'm a big fan of opening up everything in the map because then I'm going to get more junk. I might get more loot. And at the early levels, you need everything, right? If you play the game once, you've already got a high-level character, you farmed everything. You don't care about this crap. You just want to max the level of the character right away. So now we had a quest to do, but we didn't finish everything. And I know there's a bad guy in this area that will give us a lot of experience. And remember, we also hit a level. So we're going to go to our passive tree again. We're going to apply to the point. I'm going to put it in intelligence because I want those zombie gems to rank up as high as possible. So you can use the arrow keys to adjust where this mini-map is. You can see I'm here, this little ugly X, and you can do it one more time to reset it. So tab once, it toggles it from being in the corner to being in the middle of the screen. You can use the arrow keys to move it around. It just moves too damn slow. There's no way to change this that I know of. You can hit it again and resets it in case it's gotten off screen. So we're going to put this way down here so we can kind of see the area that we want to get to. I want to explore this upper area up here. I know there's a guy that flame bombs all over the place, and I want to open every chest, everything possible. Because this will be more challenging. Okay, there's some guys in the distance. We want to keep up 3 max zombies at all times, and we don't want anyone hitting us. Okay, that's probably who warps, teleports, and casts fireball on you and nuke you. So she's casting this flame strike from above. She's trying to get to me. All the zombies are dead. So there's nothing wrong with moving away a little bit. Turn around and just connect both these guys. She's pretty damaged. I'm going to just fireball her real quick. I'm going to take a healing potion. Oh, no, don't stagger me. I'm being staggered. See if we can get down here and buy some time. I got some health potion. I can do that. Ooh, she's nasty. Nasty, nasty, nasty. Can we summon a zombie anywhere? Do we have a corpse? There's a zombie. Here's another zombie. Another zombie. Now she's tied up and she got killed. So by running around and kiting and getting the zombies back up, I didn't get killed. Notice how when she was nuking me, hitting me, I was going like, being staggered. You can take a healing potion while you're being hit, which will regenerate health over time while you're dealing with trying to get away. And if you have too much shit in your backpack, you're going to have to figure out what to throw away. So this is a situation where you're like, okay, what do we got here? This is a blue. Is there anything in here? Let's just throw everything on the ground and we can organize it from there. What do we actually really want to take back with us? Because remember, we only get 1 scroll of wisdom per pile of crap. Another thing to think about is any of this stuff linked that could help me? I know for a fact that when I play later on, that this is 3% movement speed, this is 3% movement speed, this one's better. This I can hover over the items on the ground. I can hold down usually hold down the control key. Let me pick it up and compare that. This is unidentified. I'm actually going to learn this. 12 spell damage. Nope, that's not really any better. The damage is 6 to 11. The damage on this one's 5 to 9. So we're going to swap this out for this one. Now we're missing a blue. We need a blue gem somewhere. Let's put this wand on. This is a gnarled branch. Iron greaves. Let's take this. We'll hold on to this for a later date. Put this in here. I want that ability on the bar. Here's a helmet. Kind of goofy looking, but it's already linked. It has evasion shield on it as opposed to armor. But hey, that's fine because it's a 3-link. If I get a chromatic orb, I might turn that into my piece of zombie gear. Here's a 3-link piece of cloth armor. It's more likely to have blue gems if I redo them. And this buckler's a 3-link. So we're going to get rid of this one even though it's a higher level. I'm actually going to sell that to the vendor. Actually, it's not worth even selling to the vendor. All right, so now we got a little bit better layout. I'm going to keep that 3-link for now. And let's go finish looking for the rest of the junk in the zone. And then at the end of this zone, I'm not going to go anywhere else. I'm going to stop the little, there's a driftwood wand. What's that like? Okay. 10% versus 12%. No, it's linked, but I don't really want it yet. And we don't have any zombies up, so we're not paying attention. So we're going to go down here. Now you can only summon one zombie per corpse. I got all 3 up now. Okay, so how about this area over here? Did we unlock this? There's some guys over there. Let's start damaging them. Damaging them from a range will send your zombies to go attack them, but they aren't aggressive yet. They're just going to kind of sit there and look at you. And at this low level, you're really, really trying to look at like what's the stats of stuff and can I get more defenses earlier on, as opposed to worrying about, okay, chance to block 24%, 25. This is the movement speed. This is better. How about this one? 3% movement speed. I don't need either one of these. We're going to dump this stuff on the ground. Okay, we lost a zombie along the way. Let's get another one summoned up. When you got some downtime in between fighting things, you want to get those zombies back up. And I'm going to close the long map. So this is the one thing about these kind of games. Monsters just come running at you. Now, I'm not going to attack. So all these guys are running up and attacking, and they're tied up with the zombies, right? That gives me a chance to do what I want to do in the background. Take this portal scroll. Now you will find a lot of these little book, things that have story on it.
Struck this sand with the force of destiny.
But they don't really have any purpose. It's not like you unlock them all and you get an achievement. So it's kind of just story stuff. We've almost got this whole zone unlocked. And the last thing that we're going to do before we finish the zone and go somewhere else, we've pretty much looted everything. Nothing else interesting there. We lost a zombie along the way. I'm going to summon. There's an orb of chance. That's cool. Pick that up. We got 3 zombies. What's in here? Nothing. All right, so we've got a portal. There's some tricks you can do. You can log out and immediately get sent back to town. I think that's kind of lame, but a lot of people do that. A lot of the streamers and the hardcore players do that because they don't. I don't know why. I just cast a portal. The portals are cool looking. In fact, let's assign a microtransaction to our cool portal. Use a little fire one that I liked with the holy flames. Not that I'm a Paladin fan. I'm just going to take a moment and run over here to the waypoint and use the waypoint. And then we're going to look and see what happened to the vendors. Now, go here. We're going to go back to town. We haven't done any of the quests at all. We just got a few more pieces of stuff. We have a portal scroll. We have a scroll fragment. What you can do, you can go to your stash and start saving up fragments. If you have a currency tab, things will automatically go to your currency tab. And let's take a look and see what can we get now with the things that we found. This is just junk. What has updated here? So is anything minion oriented? Nope, that's spelled wrong. Minion. What's this one? Spell damage still. Okay. We want to see, is anything spell damage? Okay, they're all spell damage. Let's see what we got here. 8, 10, 10, 10. This is probably the same wands as before because I haven't completed any of the little quests. Let's check this out. It's the same gems we had before. Now so since there's no benefits there, let's see if Tarkley has any gear that can benefit us. So we're going to take a look at this. Bow. That's a chest piece. We don't really need that type of effect. What's this one? So you notice this stuff is all white. Strength, maximum life. Regenerate life per second, max mana. That might come in handy, but all we have is an orb of chance. Now you can sometimes exchange one currency for another, but I'm not going to get into those details right now. So there's really nothing here that's super beneficial to us. We would like most of our gear to have blue sockets on it. Like these boots will probably be better than what we had before, but I don't really want to give up the... yeah, you know what? Let's do that. This is going to cost me 2 scrolls of wisdom. I only have 1. So there's really nothing to upgrade here right now that we really want to do. So if we had done one of the quests and completed that and came back and handed it in, we could come back here and check those vendors again. So in the early days, you're going to really, really, really be stingy with everything you do. And that's some of the thought process of what you're doing. You're trying to look at the gear. You're trying to pick up better pieces. You're replacing pieces. You're dumping white pieces you don't need. You want to get those links together. You save things that have links, knowing that at a later date, I'm going to maybe change this link to a different color with a chromatic orb, etc. Like, for example, this is an evasion rating thing. Later on, here's what you would probably do with it, right? Let's take this, put this here, take the gem out. You say, okay, this is just a basic thing. It's an energy shield one. That means it's usually going to have, it's already got a 3-link. I'd like to change this to be blue, right? So I'm going to use, you don't have this currency yet, but I'm going to save this because I'm going to get all these to be blue, if we can do it. Because evasion rating, okay, they're all blue. Evasion rating wants to be green. Sorry, I misspoke. All right, so that's a 3-link blue, but it's not magical. I'm going to take a chance on something and take a normal item and update it to a random rarity. So more energy, and so at low, hey, that's pretty cool. So I wasted a currency to get a piece of gear that's better, that has 3 blue links. So if I get a support gem, I can start putting that in there and make that much more stronger. So these are the kinds of things you're going to do in the very beginning. And when you die, you don't lose any experience until you get to Act 6. Act 6 through 10, you lose 5% experience on every death. You'll never level, there's an experience bar down here, lower than your level. So I find it better to out-level the environments that you go to be like 2 or 3 levels higher than that. So killing everything is much more smoother and easier, as opposed to trying to press your luck and kill higher level monsters thinking you're going to get more experience. It doesn't really work that way. So just take your time, loot everything, collect everything, keeping track of how many links there are. In theory, if you play for another hour or 2, you can have every single piece of gear except for the jewelry with 3-link blues for your build, and you maybe want to get one of them that has a green and 2 blues to get volley with kinetic bolt, right? And that's what you do. It's a lot of fun. Take your time. Don't worry about rushing around. Don't worry about the champion, fissure of snaking build that everyone's talking about. Just enjoy playing the game, have fun, and we'll cover tomorrow. We're going to do this live, and I'm also going to pound beers because I may get really intoxicated before the whole thing ends, just for a laugh. Come check in tomorrow on the YouTube live stream, and I'll chat with people and ask questions. I'm going to be leveling up my Necro. My wife is going to speed level one of her characters. We always work together sometimes and help each other out. You may see her on screen. She may be way ahead of me. She'll be like level 65 in 5 hours, and I'll be level 40 still. But yeah, thanks for tuning in the video. We'll talk to you soon. Hope this super duper basic guide has helped you out. Let me know if there's something you want to know about, and I'll answer your questions for you. All right, cool. Talk to you later. See ya.